Hello, second grade. So today we are going to start the learning objective. Students will be able to repurpose objects to create something new. And what we're going to do today is use fabric scraps to create a beaded necklace. So we're going to make fabric beads and then string them up to make a necklace. And if we have enough extra beads left over, we'll string some up and make a bracelet too. So the way that we're going to start is I have a box full of scrap fabric, lots of different patterns and colors. And you're going to choose some pieces of fabric, just one piece, try not to take two. Take one piece of the ones that you want to do. You might want to start with 4 or 5, and then you can always come back and get more if you finish those up. So you're going to pull those out of the box carefully without leaving the box a total mess. And then you're going to get yourself a long piece of masking tape. You're going to take the fabric and lay it face down, so you're looking at the back of the fabric, and you're going to gently tape this to the table. Now I'm not pressing and firmly on there, I'm just gently rubbing so that it stays on the table. And then you're going to need a long pencil and a glue bottle. You're going to put a line of glue, a nice long line of glue from one end to the other right by the masking tape. There shouldn't be any gaps in your glue. Then you're going to take your pencil on the other end of the fabric and you're going to roll this up around the pencil. And then you're going to twist until you get up near the masking tape. Then you're going to pull the masking tape off, and then I always lay it sticky side up and set it aside because we're going to use the masking tape over and over again. And then you're going to finish rolling to the edge of the fabric. And you want to make sure that, like right here, needs a little bit of glue because the glue didn't reach. So we need to roll that again and make sure the edge of the fabric is closed and glued, and then I don't have a flap. And so then you can just pull the pencil out and then you'll have this tube. So what we're creating today is just a bunch of glued fabric tubes that will turn into beads later. So now you see I have this glue mess on the table. So you're going to get a paper towel, you're going to wipe the glue mess up, set the paper towel aside, get your next fabric. Again, you're going to put it face down, and then you're going to gently tape this to the table, the same piece of masking tape that you just used. A line of glue. Take your pencil and roll. And once you get close to the edge, you're going to pull the tape off. Flip it over, sticky side up, so it doesn't stick to the table, and then roll to the edge. Make sure the edge is nice and flat. Looks like I need a little bit of glue right here where it didn't quite glue flat. Roll it again. Alright, so the edge is nice and flat. Pull my pencil out. Use my paper towel to wipe the glue mess up. And you do it all over again. The outside, flat down on the where you're looking at the back side of the fabric. Gently tape this, line of glue, and then you're going to roll. Now this time I put the glue a little further in because I wanted to show you what not to do. So if I pull the masking tape off, flip it over sticky side up, look, this edge here doesn't have any glue on it, so when I roll this, it's not going to stay stuck. It's kind of flapped up like that, and it's not flat to the tube. So if that happens to you, you always need to put some glue right along the edge so that that stays flat, and then roll it on the table so you don't get glue all over your fingers. You just get it on the table, and now you can see that that flap isn't there anymore. It's nice and flat against the tube of fabric. And then you're going to pull that tube off. Now I'm going back to this one. This one, the flap has come back up. It's starting to open up again. So I need to put some more glue, and then I need to kind of hold it here against the table and get that to stay stuck. And I might even set it down where the seam is on the table so that hopefully that won't come undone again. Okay, and you're just going to keep doing this as many as you can possibly do in the time that we have to work. As many as you can. The more that you do, the more beads that we'll have, and the more variety we'll have. We'll have lots of different kinds of fabric and colors and patterns. If you only do just a couple, that might not be enough for one necklace, and we're trying to make enough for everybody to do a necklace and maybe even a bracelet. So we want to keep doing these tubes and doing them well. Don't rush through and then do them crummy. And then we want to do a bunch of these nice tubes so that we can make beads from them. And here's my last piece of fabric that I'm going to do. But you might be able to do way more than me in the time that we have. Pull the masking tape off. At the next class, what'll happen is all these tubes will be dry. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these into pieces, into beads. So I'll cut across, and I can cut some a little bit longer and some a little bit shorter. And this is why you needed that long line of glue, so that when I cut these into pieces, the edges are still glued and they're not coming undone. And then we'll mix these all up and put them in a bin so that we can all choose from them. And even though you may not have made that bead, you can use it because we're collaborating and working together, and each one of us is doing one part of the whole. And the whole project is where everybody gets to make a necklace. So then I'm going to give you some baking twine, enough to make a necklace. And you're going to get a needle, a weaving needle, and a piece of masking tape, a smaller piece this time. And what I want you to do is I want you to tape the end of your baking twine to the table. That way when we start to put beads on, the beads won't just slide off the end. And then the other end of the twine, you will push through the needle, the eye of the needle, and then you'll bend it over a couple of inches. And then you're going to pick your beads, and you're going to put your needle right through the bead and thread it onto the baking twine. And then you can push those beads all the way to the end. And you can make a pattern. You can limit your choices and just use a couple of different fabric patterns, or you can just randomly put whatever you want. But you're going to put your needle through the beads, push them to the end. Now, if your needle keeps coming off the twine, you need to bend this over and then just kind of hold your hand here where the twine is bent over so that it doesn't come out of the eye of the needle. Okay, I'm getting close to the end, almost finished. Okay, now as you get close to the end, you're going to unbend and pull your needle further to the end of the twine. Okay, and I'm kind of at the end, and my needle came off, so that was perfect, that timing. And now I'm going to untape. Throw this tape away, and then if you can't do it, you can bring it to me, but you're going to take the two strings, the two ends of the strings. So I'm taking the two ends of the string, I'm spinning them around together to make a circle or a loop like this. And I take the ends and bring them under and through the loop. And then I pull tight to make a knot. Now if you can't do that, or you try and you just can't do it, you don't want your beads to fall off. That'll get frustrating if your beads to fall off. Then just bring me your string, hold them together like this, hold them together so your beads don't fall off, bring them to me and I'll knot it for you. And there you have your finished fabric scrap bead necklace. And remember that our learning objective is to be able to repurpose objects to create something new. So we repurpose this fabric scraps and turn them into beads, and then those beads we strung to make a necklace. Good job, second grade.